And you think about the health and wellness, this is a real game changer. This is something that is having a profound impact on medical history and medical advances. So if you look at this chart, some of the big advances in medical history, obviously the introduction of vaccines, penicillin, and the one I'm talking about today is founded back in the 1920s, but became really prevalent in the 1970s. Where we are today, stem cell therapy is really taking off in a very big way. And this started out when Barack Obama came into power and he lifted the ban on stem cell therapy treatment. And since then, the US has been leading the advances in medical research on the impact of stem cells can have on people to aid recovery. And some of the biggest universities in the world, like Harvard, Stanford, MIT, are really making great progress. So from the 1970s to this point in time today, what's been happening is from the medical labs, the research, now the stem cell therapy is actually coming into popular domain, popular acceptance. And what are the big companies now looking at? Big pharmaceutical companies like Lilly or Eli Lilly, as it used to be known. This company is a 42-year-old company listed on the New York Stock Exchange. They do $23 billion in revenue per annum. And the main income source for them is from insulin. And as we know, insulin is a drug that helps companies manage diabetes. Now, Eli Lilly has got into bed with a company called Sigilon. And what they're looking to do is create a drug, which is a live stem cell therapy treatment, to reverse type 1 diabetes. We also have big business startups in the US. The birth of a new science. A company called Cellularity raised $250 million to get into a stem cell therapy treatment to help people recover from chronic illnesses. So stem cell therapy is being used to fight disease. Here are some snippets from the BBC News website, a UK patient free of HIV after stem cell therapy treatment. This is from March 2019. And in the new Science edition of the Daily Telegraph in the UK, it says that Harvard and MIT are close to a cure for type 1 diabetes, which will end daily injections. It says here, Harvard University discovered how to make huge quantities of insulin-producing cells in a breakthrough hailed as significant as antibiotics. So you can see leading hospitals and medical research are saying that stem cell therapy treatment is a miracle breakthrough of science. Medical research believe that stem cell treatment have the potential to change the face of human disease and alleviate suffering. Stem cells are also used for sports recovery. Any joints in the body can be completely renewed or regrown. The knees, the hips, the shoulders, and the rotator cuffs. And here's some examples. Rafael Nadal had stem cell therapy treatment on an injured back. Christiano Ronaldo had knee injections to help him recover very quickly, while he was in the Champions League so that he could earn more money for himself and his team. So there's some examples of stem cell therapy treatment in the modern world today. But what are the problems of stem cell therapy treatment? Well, the main problems today are that it's a medical breakthrough, but it's still very, very expensive. And normally you have to have a transplant or an injection, which means you have to go to a hospital. So it's very expensive and inconvenient. You can go to a normal hospital in Germany and get treatment for leukemia, for bone regeneration. Here's another example of a hospital in South Korea that's treating diabetes, Parkinson's disease, autism, and multiple sclerosis. So let me show you some testimonials around the product. I met somebody here in Singapore who had type 1 diabetes, was suffering for 26 years. As you can see on the photographs here, had skin discoloration, his right eye had almost gone blind. He needed an operation in his eye to save it. He had already 9 injections from Singapore Eye Hospital and basically was going to go blind. After a last resort, he decided to take the stem cell therapy product, and in 8 short months, the gentleman was able to recover completely from his bad eyesight, which was going to make him go blind and have an operation. To this day, he still has not had an operation in his eye and is fully recovered from type 1 diabetes. Before I showed you the slide about Eli Lilly who's making insulin, why would a company like Eli Lilly who makes insulin to treat diabetes also be looking for a medical breakthrough that helps treat diabetes? This is because the pharmaceutical companies know that stem cell therapy has the ability to recover and treat diabetes.